second submission attempt, the omoplata, from again the open guard when our partners have dropped their base. So, back here, we have the collar, we have the sleeve, and the foot is on the bicep. So again, very tricky for our partner to control because we have control on the far arm, the near arm is pulled in, and I have the posture control by keeping hold of the collar. In the previous scenarios, if I can pull him forward, I can shift the weight. If he postures his body, I can bring the hips through. But in a lot of cases, especially if that attempt has happened a couple of times, my partner's going to want to almost pull himself away. So as he sits himself back and pulls himself away completely, if I bring my hips up, they're too far away. And if I try and pull him down, he's too strong. However, he has left his arm available for an attack. So, keeping the collar, keeping the sleeve, keeping control of this far bicep with my foot, he pulls himself away. As he does, I lift my hips up, but now my hips don't go under the tricep because we're not attacking the triangle. So, my hips go underneath the elbow. With this, I want to start to pull the elbow, the wrist into my pocket, and at the same time, I kind of want to use my knee to turn his head in this direction. So when I bring him up, as I pull, as I drag, and I turn the knee, he now exposes this arm. Very simple to do. I keep control of the lapel of the collar, the lapel here, pulling down. I extend my right leg a little. I push this into the pocket, and as he's pushing it into pocket, the elbow will start to bend naturally. He wants the elbow to bend because of the potential straight armbar. When this happens, the leg comes over, pinching my knees together in this direction. From here, the foot stays on the bicep, the knee comes down and pinching in. At this point, notice how the elbow is pointing out and the wrist is trapped between my hip and my thigh. At this point, keep the collar so he doesn't bring his weight back up. I can control the elbow. Once it's pushed down, transfer to the elbow control. As this leg crosses over, I use my right hand to come away at this point because the posture is now completely broken. Once the knee is on the shoulder, I circle my arm out and sit up. Legs come forward and I turn my hips away from him. So now puts a lot of pressure on his shoulder, and by sitting up in this position, it traps his wrist here. Very hard for him to release his wrist. From here, we've got that position. Arm will come over to stop the roll. We'll straighten our hips out. Keep our legs nice and tight. Push our hips back. Drag. As I drag him back, notice how the elbow, S-sit, and we're going to drive ourselves forward. And we get the tap. Once more. Collar, sleeve, feet on the hips. To go to foot on bicep. From this position, he backs away. So as I bring my hips up, I'm not under the armpit, but under the elbow. Drag the elbow into the pocket, turn the knee down, make him look to the floor. Leg, see how the leg comes over and clamps? Elbow in the pocket, control, swing the arm, kick our legs over, and turn the hips this direction. Coming up, arm goes over. From this position, let's move over slightly, sorry. From this position, we sit up straight, cross our feet, not triangle, and drive and push forward. In this position, we can just move our hips back. S-sit, Shift my hips out, make a 90-degree angle in the arm, drive our hips forward, and we get the tap.